here already. But I'd like to talk about all things about women's health with these women today. So let's start with Juju. Juju, how has contrast therapy helped you? Can you share how it helped your experience as a new breastfeeding mom? This is Callista, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks for having me here, joining all of you. I definitely want to share my experience on contrast therapy here, because I've been here for almost 2 months, going here, doing it 2 to 3 times a week, whenever I have time. But what's amazing about it, for me, especially because I'm breastfeeding, is I feel like it's definitely helping me to unblock any blocked milk ducts. Because of the heat in the infrared sauna, it's promoting blood circulations and promoting breast health actually as well. And the cold actually helped me reduce any swelling or discomfort. And every time when I step out of the contrast therapy, I felt so, I don't know, I so refreshed. And the cold plunge, I know some people will think, oh, it's so cold. How can you do that? But for me, it's like, it's great when you do it breathing, inhaling and exhaling, and slowly going in, and really calming for me. And then I stay there down to 6 degrees. Yes, it's really cold. I go down to 6 degrees, just to 2 to 3 minutes, and then I step out and immediately go back to the heat. I go all the way up to 7 degrees. Yeah, it's a huge contrast. But for me, I don't know, it's really relaxing for me. And if I'm relaxed, baby is relaxed. So I go home, everything is, calm and happy. So I just enjoy coming here.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, so there's actually a lot of benefits just from infrared sauna alone and cold plunge. But I find, and we all find, that the magic is actually in the combination, in the fire and ice, when you alternate between these 2 temperatures. Because what happens is actually in the sauna, in the heat, your blood vessels expand, and then when you go into the cold, they contract. So it also acts as a bit of like a lymphatic drainage, and it's really good for your cardiovascular system, your metabolism, everything. And regarding your IVF journey, you had to do IVF to have Callista, right? I'm sure a lot of women here would also like to hear about it. Can you tell us a bit?
Sure. I got married in 2019, end of 2019, right before COVID. It wasn't our plan to have babies immediately, but because of COVID, everything's kind of down, so we were like, okay, maybe sure you're not the only one. It shouldn't be that difficult, right? And because we did, before we got married, we did do some tests, make sure everything was good, and we're all good. He has good sperm, and I'm also very good. But okay, it should be great. But after 6 months, still nothing's happening, no sign at all. So at that time, we're like, maybe I should try to seek some advice. So I went to an IVF clinic, and then they went on to do more blood tests. Everything is good. They said it shouldn't be a big problem. Maybe we might be lucky we could do it in one go. So we were super hopeful. And I actually didn't get that many eggs at the end. I only get 1, but it's really, really good embryo. I had 16 eggs, but down to 1 good embryo. But it's tested, and everything is good, should be okay. So it's really high chance, so we were very hopeful. But after we put the embryo in, it didn't even implant. So it was quite shocking, and the doctor was like, oh, it's normal, sometimes people do it a few rounds, try it next time. So for me, I'm like, okay, I'll try again, but I have to understand why it didn't work, why, otherwise I'm not going to try it next time, right? I want to make sure if there's anything wrong I should fix. So they put me on some multivitamins and some other supplements to help with to produce better egg quality. But because it should be the implantation problem, so I'm trying to investigate a bit more. But here in Hong Kong, they didn't tell me too much about it. so I went online and see if there are other places I can do IVF. So the second round we actually went to Thailand, but I didn't even get any good embryo the second round. Yeah, but I already tried all the supplements that they asked me to take, right? And then the Thailand fertility specialist told me, oh, maybe you should try another set of supplements that will help your eggs. So I tried it for another 6 months. But then because of work and family matters, I have to go to Australia. And we found that Australia actually have a really good, have very good IVF clinics too, and the government kind of support it too. So we decided to go to Australia, Sydney, for our third round of IVF. Yeah, so I went to 3 countries. On the third round, actually, after the first consultation, I told the doctor everything, and the first thing she told me is, oh, I think you might have endometriosis. And that was the first time I've heard of endometriosis. What's endometriosis? No one ever told me about endometriosis, right? I told her that I have very heavy period pain, and I did the blood test CA-125, and it was very elevated. My mother and my sister also have very bad period pain. And then also the first good embryo implanted with me, transferred to me, didn't get implanted. So all the signs showed, to the IVF specialist, the doctor told me that, oh, you might have endometriosis. Go see this surgeon. Maybe he can help you. So immediately within a month, I decided to went on to a surgery to find out whether I have endometriosis or not, because they can't just by ultrasound to see if you have endometriosis. And I did that, and they told me I was stage 4 endometriosis, quite serious. And I need to, if I want, and that's why, the reason why, with good embryo, I still couldn't.
It wasn't sticking.
Yeah, it wasn't sticking. So now I found out what the problem is, and also in that round, I got 1 good embryo tested and another good embryo untested. And then, of course, I want to increase all the chance I can have before I before I put the embryo back in. So I did the surgery, and then I also went on to the Solodax thing to calm my whole, which is kind of put you into like a menopause state, so that your body is not producing estrogen and all that, so it can calm down everything. And then I put the embryo back in, and that round, it was a success. And I have her.
Congratulations.
So,
sounds like really quite a journey.
Yes, quite a journey. And I always say she's a miracle baby. Motherhood is, it's a blessing, I have to say. Yeah.
Has anyone here shared similar journeys? Okay, well, we can move on for now. I want to turn to Payal now. If you guys don't know, Payal's a jewelry designer and an entrepreneur, and she splits her time between Hong Kong and Bali and many other cities, such as New York. Payal's always flying. But so Payal, I know you're a seasoned cold plunger, having done it in Bali before and being a friend of our spa. Why do you love contrast therapy so much?
Actually, my journey started about 2 years ago, and the first person I did it with was here, actually. My first, yeah, we did our first ice bath with Kiko together, which everyone probably knows is an incredible ice bath facilitator.
Yeah.
So that first experience really got us thinking, and I, being a wellness junkie per se, is that I wanted to understand why everyone was obsessed with being in ice baths for such a long period of time and putting up their scores, like, oh, I'm in there for 8 minutes, and then, when you really dig deep dive into the entire conversation, it's actually not how long or how cold it needs to be in order for it to be effective. And that's where contrast therapy comes in. Like for me, contrast therapy it's the actual movement of being hot and cold, like you said, the distance between the two. And
the contrast.
The contrast between the two. So, for me, it's like if I'm feeling like I'm not getting, if I'm flying, it's great for jet lag. If I've gone and exhausted myself playing a certain sport or like want to run longer for long periods of time, but I know recovery is important for me. This is the perfect medicine for all those. But even just if I've come here with so many girlfriends, and this has become my favorite catch-up time with them. So it's like undivided, put your phones down because you can't really take your phone to the sauna, and it's a great way to catch up with friends. But scientifically, it is the best, especially as women, we hold more fat than muscle. So we're not really looking, and for me, my biggest issue, and I'm sure as women, inflammation. We just carry so much more inflammation, and that's why this is such a great way to reduce that inflammation between the two. And what's great about this sauna specifically is that it's also got infrared, so it's got about 6 or 8 different light.
We have infrared. We have infrared saunas with chromotherapy.
Chromotherapy.
Yeah, so we have like eight
different lights. And each light actually, caters to a different kind of need, so acne or hydration or muscle tension. So it's not just the idea of hot and cold, but doing a spa like this obviously helps. I love it. I think it's great for the on-the-go side, but I think it's also great for coming and it's also like take a journal in. It's such a great way to just like sit with yourself and then your thoughts. I love putting on meditation music, or sometimes there's like an Alan Watts in the background, and really like contemplating life decisions and what my next step is in life. So it's a great place to come and be with yourself as an entrepreneur.
Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, actually I find that contrast therapy really helps in any situation when you're just feeling a little bit rubbish. Like it could be mentally or emotionally.
Well, it's dopamine. Being in the cold gives you, it's scientifically proven to give you
definitely
dopamine and a serotonin rush.
Yeah.
So you will be really happy when you come out of it.
Yeah, super happy, like mental clarity. You're just like buzzed, and it's great. And I really don't think this is a fad or a trend. Like I think actually the history of contrast therapy dates back to ages ago when people would go to the sauna and then like roll in the snow. And I really think it's here to stay, and it's definitely changed my life, and I think it's changing a lot of people's lives, and it's a great tool for you to feel better and be more healthy.
And I want to add that immune system is the biggest takeaway for me, like to be able to do multiple things. Like you said that it dates back, in fact these days even in Netherlands, people put their newborn babies out in the snow when they're in the coffee shops, like catching up with their friends, so that babies can build up an immune system younger. And I think as we're getting older, to bring out those mitochondria that help us with our immune systems, this is the best hack for those longevity.
Definitely very good for immunity.
Yeah.
And I also just want to add quickly, if you guys don't know, the difference between a traditional sauna and an infrared sauna, because I think that's I get that question a lot working here. So a traditional sauna basically, obviously it's very, very hot, but it heats up the air around you in the space. So it basically makes it so hot. It's more dry. Sometimes it hurts my skin because I have sensitive skin, and it gets harder to breathe because it's just so hot. And that's how they get you to sweat. I hear from some people that, when I go to a traditional sauna, it kind of feels like surface perspiration. It's not really like sweating from the inside. So an infrared sauna, on the other hand, uses infrared rays to raise your core body temperature. So it's raising like the core body temperature in your body, and that's why you sweat from the inside. And that's why I feel this really deep detox when I go into an infrared sauna. It also has, infrared rays also has many other benefits, like it will improve your skin, it will give you this very beautiful glow, and it's just anti-aging. Yeah.
Collagen infused.
Yes, collagen infused. Kyle should work here.
She is working right now.
It's just really, really great and deeply detoxing. I guess, Kyle, you already said a bit about this, but like, how has it impacted your lifestyle and helped with your work and travel?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's great for immune system. I think it just makes you, if you're working at 5x, it makes you 10x as a human. And this idea of overexhausting yourself, it has to go away. Actually, taking care of yourself is the only way. Like, this body is going to take you to your workplace and take care of your child and, be present. So if we don't take care of ourselves internally, then we aren't actually doing the best we can optimally. So for me, this is the best way to do my sports better or my work better, or be a better friend, or be a better eventually a mother.
It also really helps with sleep.
Yeah.
Everyone sleeps sleeps better.
Yeah, which is like my biggest.
Sleep is so important.
Yeah, I've grown up with someone who has a really hard time getting into bed and falling asleep. But the days I do contrast, I do see that I'm in bed and passed out much faster and quicker.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. And on the topic of trying to balance it all,
yes.
I'm going to turn it to Enki, who is a mother. Sebastian, say hi. A mother, an actress, a model, a yoga teacher. She's starring in a new TVB drama coming out soon. Yeah. And yeah, I just want to ask Enki, what advice do you have when it comes to work-life balance, and how has contrast therapy helped you?
Well, hello everyone. I think this is good for everyone, this place. And I'm very happy that I found this place through you. Just because simply, I feel like I actually injured myself when I first came here. I had like a scar, like a scratch, and within 3 days, it actually slowly disappeared.
Very good for
very
healing.
quickly. Yeah, so that really, really worked.
Wow.
You just see like that, but I mean, you can really see the difference. And overall, to have that 1 hour for yourself, like you said, is just so rejuvenating, especially with your daily, with everyone's daily life. Everyone's stressed, right? Everyone needs to answer an email, and they're not answering me. And then you come here and you're like, relaxed. I usually don't play any music because I just want to be in my moment, in my zone. And he just had his birthday. He made it to 8 years old.
Yeah.
So the whole February I had to celebrate with him because Chinese New Year is his birthday. No one's here, right? So it's a whole month celebration. So I said to Florence, I'm not going to be able to come. So I came back last week, finally. So I had a 1 month break. And I totally felt the difference. When I went from this infrared sauna into the plunge, I felt like my brain, something went like that. I felt so good and awake and like sharp in mind.
Dopamine,
the adrenaline.
Yeah. And I really, the difference was huge. So, and
I feel like I'm ready to take on the world.
Yeah. And especially because now it's so cold,
So
I feel like your body adjusts better to the cold or even to the heat because you did that to your body, right?
Yeah.
So, and also another thing, a lot of people were sick. My whole family was sick. Helper, husband, son, everyone coughing. I was the only one that didn't get sick. I'm like, it works.
This season, it came.
But one thing, as a yoga teacher, I have to say, it is, because Juju and I were reading up about it, and it's actually better to do it 4 hours after you have worked out because of the muscle, right? Yeah, the muscle won't be building up as much, so it's better to give a 4 hour break after you work out if you want to be bulky, right? If you don't, then you go contrast therapy right after. So that's just one thing I wanted to say. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I think we're really trying to promote contrast therapy as part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something you come once a week just to have that alone time to do something for yourself, and this is a really beautiful way to honor yourself and your health.
But I do recommend to do it 2 to 3 times a week.
Sorry,
I must. Yeah,
No,
I think it's better.
sure.
But I mean, once is already good enough.
I want to add a little fact. The reason you saw less of your start heal faster because infrared light is a NASA-developed therapy, which is they use red light when they would go to space, and if they got cuts, they would use red light to heal.
Definitely promotes healing.
So it's a scientifically backed, like NASA scientifically backed healing.
Cell rejuvenation,
cell rejuvenation,
skin health.
yeah.
Research.
Yeah.
Researching
No, it is. It's very fascinating.
But the sauna is really, really good because it gets really, really hot and it's nice. And also the plunge, you can adjust it too, so don't be too scared. Like a lot of people, like you said, are really scared. Oh my God, it's gonna Well, it's not that bad actually.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
always
you're hot
here to help you, and we also have a breathing app that helps you stay in the tub for longer. It's very, very good. I recently started using it with our new clients, and we've received very, very good feedback. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to add also for the infrared sauna, it's just really comfortable because it is hot, but it's not that hot, so you can stay inside for longer and breathe easier.
And it's adjustable inside. If it gets warm, it's adjustable.
It's adjustable.
Yeah, you can make it hotter, colder, adjust the light, put the music however you like, and enjoy. And come up with a friend, or a partner.
Yeah.
So Sonia, I wanted to discuss more about mental health with you. Do you work mainly with women, and what challenges do you see for women specifically when it comes to mental health and well-being? Because mental health is so important.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I believe that mental health can get you anywhere. And it's International Women's Day, so great question for that. I do work with mainly women. I have seen a lot more male clients in my private sessions, workshops, mainly women. The issue that I tend to see is women are still somewhat succumbing to the stigma and feel like now we need to do it all. So the woman role is still there. You know, we've associated self-worth with beauty for a long time. That association still stands. And now along with that, motherhood has come in and needing to do that well, and then needing to do work well, needing to do whatever it is, needing to do it very well, right? So, and then on the other hand, balancing it with not feeling good enough. And so we've also got the limiting beliefs that also have been inherited from ancestors, like women are weaker, women can still be less than, and we need to prove ourselves, and feeling not enough. So then there's this pressure of we need to perform, and we need to do it all, and we need to do it all really well, and at the same time feeling not enough. So I would actually work with both parts. And the first one, the intention is we don't actually need to do it all, and it's okay to choose. Yeah. And people have their own purposes, and not everyone's purpose is motherhood, and some people's is, and that's beautiful. So choose whatever yours is. And then look at the belief systems. It doesn't have to be an overcompensation for not feeling good enough, or whatever that limiting belief is in the background. So that is what I help most women with. Looking at both of these and then kind of balancing that so that you can do what you would love to do from a place of feeling enough.
That's great.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that. And lastly, I also want to highlight skin health benefits that come with the regular use of contrast therapy. When I was doing it, well, I am doing it now also, but when I do it often, you know, my mom would ask me like, wow, your skin looks so much better. Like, what have you been doing different? Have you been using a different skincare, etc.? And I'm proud to say that this is a very natural way you can enhance your skin health with the infrared sauna's detoxifying effects and the beautifying effects of red light therapy, followed by the pore tightening effects of contrast therapy, because your pores expand in the sauna and then they tighten up when you go into the cold plunge. I'm also happy to have Kanlin here, who is a facial yoga and gua sha instructor, who I'm sure would like to share more about how to maintain skin health. So Kanlin, what do you have to say about non-invasive techniques to enhance beauty and skin, such as contrast therapy and your other modalities?
So, hello everyone. Nice to meet you all. First of all, I would like to say that we are all born beautiful, and we're in a room with a lot of women and men that we are born beautiful. A baby, when it's born, everybody see the beauty of the baby. I don't think that we have ever seen a newborn ugly. No. So nature is definitely brings that beauty naturally, and that's how my beliefs as a face yoga and gua sha teacher, as it's a non-invasive practice, we promote this beauty by giving you tools, by giving you tools to give the best version of yourself. And when we age, we are having a lot of stress, and this is what makes us aging, by the stress. So thanks to contrast therapy, I think all those women has shared their experience, and it's all right to have the me time, to have the sweating from the detox, because we talk a lot about lymphatic for the legs to reduce the, I want to slim down my legs, but actually we do have the lymphatic system on the face. And thanks to contrast therapy, we sweat a lot, so we detox a lot. So that's what it helps naturally to promote the And also, like you mentioned, France, the dopamine that gives you this boost, this happiness. What makes someone happy? Beautiful, happiness. It's like you don't want to talk to someone in a room like who's like this, making a sad face. Definitely, you don't want to be a friend with this person. But if you go to a party and someone is glowing, smiling, you definitely want to be with this person, to try to know this person. So this is for me, beauty is from the inside, the mental. Of course, we have detoxing, we have the skin rejuvenation, but there are so many natural ways, non-invasive, to promote this and to release the stress and the tension of your face muscles, because we do have on our face 57 muscles on face, head and neck. And just by working on this, like you go to the gym 3-4 times a week to stretch, to do yoga, to do Pilates, to do lift weights, you name it, you can also work out on your face. And I think it's hygiene of life to start to look after our skin, ourself. Everybody is free to find their own trick. That's the main part. Contrast therapy is one great trick to have this moment for you 1 time or 3 times a week. But finding this moment for your inner self to calm down, especially in this moment of digital where we are hassled from the phone all the time, from work, from everything, just to cut and shut down and be able to calm down and reset, recenter, and stop comparing ourselves through the social media, through the image of any television, anything. We are all beautiful, and we can make ourselves beautiful naturally just by looking after our face, drainage, muscles, and with very easy exercise that face yoga can offer and Russia.
Thank you so much, Amanda. I think I read somewhere, and I'm quite sure it's true as well, that I think contrast therapy really does help with like anxiety and depression as well, because of how great it makes you feel.
Yeah, the natural.
Better, happier.
Yeah, the natural chemicals.
Lastly, I would like to introduce Mei Wang over there. Hi,
Hi,
Mei.
everyone.
She's a seasoned sound healer and multi-instrumentalist. Mei, how I would like to ask you to share a bit about your sound healing and how has it helped your clients enhance their well-being?
Thank you, absolutely. Maybe I will stand here in case everybody's getting tired to turn into this side.
You want to sit?
First of all, thank you for sharing your interest in sound healing, and thank you everyone for your time today. I think time is like the most precious thing that you can give to yourself, especially in a city like Hong Kong. That's why most of my clients, they're like super packed up with their daily life, so stressed out, so tense out, and some of them really have sleeping problem too. So at the very beginning of my wellness journey, I kind of make appointments to myself that I want to make everybody cry in my session. Because I want to see everybody release their emotion, right? But like as I soon starting to offer session, I realized that we don't know how to relax. So like how can we release if we cannot relax, right? So it kind of changed my wellness approach to finding like the most easier ways to make people relax, which I resonate more with sound healing. And now I will dive more into like how sound healing really works on our body. Can I ask you guys to guess how many percent of our body contains water?
78.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yes. And the younger we get, the more body, the more water that we contain. So let's say for children below 3 years old, they have 80% of water inside their body. That's why they're so sensitive to sound. If you allow me, I will take one of my instruments to show you guys how this water really works in our body. So from here, I have my singing bowl, yeah, and inside I have some water already. Wow. Just like magic.
So basically, that's how the water inside our body interact with vibration. That's basically the concept how sound healing works. But there's so many sounds in our daily life, like honking or telephone or people talking to. How do we find a sound that is like resonates and heal our body, right? So our body parts interact with different notes. Let's say we have chakra. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the term chakra. So basically it's an energy center, and each chakra relates with different sounds. So the bow that I was just playing, it was the F note. Sorry. So the F note is associated with our heart chakra, which allowing us to open a channel of receiving and giving love more unconditionally. And different chakra related with different sounds. So like when you're working with different singing bowl or like other instrument that I will show you guys later on, it relates with our different body parts as well. And in traditional Chinese medicine, like our organs store different emotions too. Let's say like liver store anger, and kidneys store fear, and spleen store worry. So when you are using vibration to help you to detox inside out, it can help you to like remove all this emotion that you store inside your body unconsciously too. Yeah. But we cannot always rely on sound healer or instrument, right? So I want to ask you or think of a way that how can you make the water vibrate without any external help? Like not using any instrument.
Chanting.
Beautiful, thank you. Can I invite you guys to just with me together? Let's take it now. So you can feel that our body channel is vibrating inside, and it kind of reminds you that when you're in the shower and you're saying to yourself, you instantly feel joy and happy and peaceful too, right? I just want to remind you that we all have this healing power within ourselves. It's only depending on how much time and energy we want to dedicate to our self-healing journey too. Talking about time, if the time allows, maybe I can lead a short breathing exercise and sound meditation for everyone.
It's 5 minutes enough?
Yes.
Okay, should we do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sure. So later on, I will use the singing bowl and also one of my instruments. So this instrument is resonated with D and 8 notes, which is associating with our sacral chakra and also our third eye chakra. So today's meditation is more focusing on creativity, sexuality, and intuition to help us to open up our heart chakra to love better ourselves and also others too. Yeah. With that said, maybe I can invite everyone to slowly closing their eye first. Just taking some deep inhale and exhale. Maybe inhaling from your crown, exhaling through your feet. And we will start with a breathing exercise. Inhale for 4 count, hold for 4 count, exhale for 4 count, and hold for 4 count. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale.
Opening your eyes just a few things. You look at the ground. Thank you very much for joining me for this short session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I already feel a shift. I don't know if anyone
A
else.
longer session.
I also want to say that aside from contrast therapy, we actually regularly hold workshops that combine different modalities of healing. For example, sound healing. We also offer cacao rituals, and we have a different theme every time, and they've been really well received. So maybe hopefully you guys can come one day. All right, so I'd also like to invite Sua from WISE. We're very lucky to have Women in Sports Empowered with us today. They're a charity in Hong Kong that's dedicated to women in sports. WISE, Women in Sports Empowered. Yeah, so Sua can just say 1 minute, just a couple words.
Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm from Women in Sports Empower, and we organize a school program in schools, mainly focused on secondary schools, to encourage young women, which we say girls, to get into sports activities. And we believe that through our mission, which is empowering, educating, and connecting girls and women through sports, we're gonna let them to realize their inspiration through doing the sports. And I believe maybe some of you guys has already developed your sports habits through Europe. So it's also a main way that we wanted to bring that inspiration to secondary school students, and also let them to be some of us over here. Yeah, that's our main goal. And also maybe just free to search us on Instagram to look through our activities. And thanks for having us here. Really great to be here.
So all contrast therapies purchased today, 10% will go to WISE to support their charity. Thank you everyone for joining. Lastly, I'd like to also introduce Tamer, who's a special guest with us today. He is a representative of Neurovisor, which is this really cool device to give you. Yeah, you can grab it quickly. And he'll say a few words about that. We also have my friend Coco in the VIP room demonstrating contrast therapy, cold plunging, and infrared sauna. So feel free to go take a look, and also have a tour of our space. And if you have any questions for any of our panel guests, you can ask now, I guess. Oh, Tamer's back. So after Tamer, feel free to just stay and chat. And I also want to give a big thank you to our sponsors from Grown Alchemist. We have goodie bags from them today. Baker and the Bottlemen, Tart by Rania Hatsum, Ging Ginger Shots, and San Pellegrino Aquapana, who have very, very kindly support our event. And also Hayal's Jewelry Brand Stylish, which you probably saw when you walked in the door. So Tamer, over to you.
First of all, can we please give them a round of applause? That was just really, really special.
Maybe just come here because the camera's on and I want you to.
You come
over
over
there.
there.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Yeah, come next to.
Thank you again so much for having me, Florence, and to this incredible panel of people who are here to really bring insight and education and inspiration to this very special community in Hong Kong, in the world of wellness that is so exciting and is growing and is vibrant more than ever now. And for those of us who are from here and who have been here for a long time, we've seen how exciting the growth of wellness in Hong Kong has continued to grow and take shape into what it is today. So just a very brief story. My first 10 years in Hong Kong, we brought the aerial yoga technique here. So we were hanging people upside down from studios and decompressing the spine. So if you've ever seen a hammock in a studio, that was something that we pioneered over 10 years ago. And I found there were some limitations with hanging people upside down. It was a little hard to get people into the studio and to also overcome the barriers of fear, because fear is a real thing when it comes to our overall well-being. So COVID happened and the fitness industry changed a lot since then. And along that same time, there's new technology that's coming into the world of mental health and wellness using light and sound. So we know how beneficial light is for our skin. We're talking about collagen and boosting collagen and helping, I think Anki mentioned it helped her with scar and tissue repair. And for athletes who are using it for joint recovery and for helping with different injuries for pain relief. Well, there's another new form of light that we are really excited to bring into this conversation, which is white light that stimulates the brain at different frequencies. So welcome to Brain Prime Technology, is the company that invented this device called Neurovisor. So Neurovisor is a headset that you wear that connects to an app on your phone that stimulates the brain using light and sound. So it looks like it's pretty cool. I'm like going into got my helmet on, I'm going into outer space. But let me share with you just a little bit about how it works. So light frequency at certain wavelengths has been proven, both from NASA as well as a series of other medical research academies to improve overall well-being, not just skin and muscle and make us look pretty and help us with pain, but also, in this case, to improve the health of your brain. So when you flash lights in front of your eyes at certain frequencies, combined with what's called sound vibration, right? We just had a beautiful demonstration of sound and how we already feel like a little more grounded and like clear. But when you combine the two together, something special happens. And that specialty is what's called neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity, or brain variability, is basically our brain's ability to change what matters. So normally you'd wear headphones, and for anybody who wants to try later, we can put the headphones on. And in this case, I was in the sauna last week with the speakers in the sauna connected to this, so that was a really special experience as well. But the sound connects to the light, almost like your own personal light show. And you close your eyes, and you sit back for the 5 or 10 minutes, and instantly what happens is you are forced into attention. And if there are 4 key components of brain growth and neuroplasticity, we need to have what's called focused attention, where you're focused. There needs to be a small bit of marginal demand, like a little bit challenging, but not too hard. There needs to be an openness or a willingness to try, like, hey, I'll give it a try. And the secret sauce of brain growth in terms of neuroplasticity is enjoyment. It's fun. Right, so when you close your eyes, you sit back, you relax, you go into your own world. Like, okay, you put the kids down to bed, you've had your emails for the day, you're ready to just like have your me time, your own personal wellness time. This is something that can really foster that conversation and improve your mental health and brain wellness. Say again?
It's a hypnotic state.
If you know a little about hypnagogic states and how we can change the brainwave from, like, right now we're in beta, right? You're awake and you're listening to me talking. But if you allow yourself to go a little deeper into like a low beta or an alpha, it's like you're looking at the waves of an ocean. Or like, you know, when you look at the fire and like you stare at fire for a while and you automatically feel like calm? That's the same thing that can happen when you close your eyes and allow flickering light to stimulate the brain. So when I got back to Hong Kong, it was about a month ago. My wife's from here, we just had a baby, so we went around the world, had the baby, came back, and I saw Florence bring this beautiful contrast spa to the space. I immediately messaged her, hey, we got to hang out. First of all, I want to jump in the cold plunge, and second, check this out and see if there's any synergy. And so my intention is so pure. I really believe that mental health we're like at the very early stages of the mental health conversation, where like Jane Fonda made fitness crazy popular like 30, 40 years ago. Now everybody knows that fitness is a part of well-being. Or those still early stages of mental health. And now with technology and a little bit of like more research and development around how the brain, like how it adapts and changes based on different stimulus, it's a really easy and effective way to help people live and experience life a little bit more healthy. So if you have problems, if you've ever had problems with sleep, or if you have problems where you're overstressed, or if you've ever just been like, I've had enough of my phone and the angst of like overly caffeinated days and meetings and coffees and flying and traveling, this is one of those tools now that you can use to give your brain a break. So if anybody would like a brain break after this, I'll be here. I have a couple demos, so anybody is welcome to try at this very special event. And thank you again for so much.
Thank you so much, Tamara, for your time. I'd also like to mention that we have a special code today, so you can experience contrast therapy at a discount, and I think the code is IWD. Yeah. Maybe? IWD. Okay, so please have some food, mingle, talk, ask our panel guests any questions you might have, and you can go take a look at his brain massage.
we might actually bring him out here as well.
Yeah, we can bring them out here, and Coco will be in there demoing the contrast, so you can go hang out with her. And you can also feel free to go take a look at our other facilities. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time.
Thank you.